Alright, YouTube, we're back. Got another edition of I Bought Some Stuff, and it's super wrapped in all the tape in the world, so I actually don't know how I'm going to open this. But if I keep cutting enough, maybe I'll get lucky and tear it open without damaging anything. Actually, alright. Looked way worse than what it was. Maybe, because there's tape on the inside too. But oh, someone had some nice feet. A little bit. Ooh, that's gonna be horrible for the sound. I apologize for that. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. And it's magic. It's magically open. So I just saved you all from a horrible sound. Oh man, that was rough. What is this? Digimon. I didn't order Digimon. It's a freebie. Hooray. So yeah. Got another eBay order here. Buying stuff. Hopefully we can find some good value. But I believe this guy was $60 or so. We'll just chuck that over there. We don't need that box anymore. Alright. Maybe this is worth $1 billion. Just kidding. Probably not. Anybody ever watched Digimon as a kid? Because I did. Oh, what is this? What is this nonsense? More Digimon. I don't want those. Anyway, let's get some of this laid out, unwrapped, and see if, for one, if we kind of get all the cards that we ordered, because we've had some experiences in the recent past. What is this? What is this? Sound loader? That may or may not work.
One Piece card game, Sound Loader, Volume 2.
All right, that's a thing. I've never actually seen one of these in person, but that's cool. All right, well, I got a sound loader. First for everything. Yeah, so we paid maybe a little bit too much money for this, but there were some good cards in here, so hopefully they're still in here. But let's go ahead and fan some stuff out, and hopefully my math skills are there, and I remember some prices for stuff, but otherwise. Sanji from, I guess, Awakening. Commons, not sure if that's worth anything. Starting off with some rares. Hopefully the card quality is decent. Looked like it was packed relatively okay. Some more commons. Gum Jet, Colvin. Not too shabby. I did actually sell a few of those recently, so uncommons are always good. And here we go. Here's where some of the money might be. So we got some Namis, some Tony Choppers, starter deck right there. That might be worth a little bit. Oh, look at this guy. A Kaido Treasure Cruise winner. I don't know what that's from, but it looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to sleeve all these right now. I'm going to throw this guy. So that looks kind of fun. But I have no idea what a Treasure Cruise is from. So maybe that was a promotional tournament, or maybe like one of the illustration type box things. Gum Giant, some Lightnings, Gum Check Gatling. That's what's up. I think these are maybe a couple dollars each, if I remember correctly, hopefully. Some Katakuris. I think at the time when I bought this, they were about $4 each, but have since gone down to around $2. So math-wise, whenever you guys are buying stuff, always assume the prices are going to drop a bit. So Nico Robin, starter deck material right there. Some Monkey D. Luffy's. I think Nico Robins are probably $1 or $2. Monkey D. Luffy's, I think, are like $4 maybe. So that's not too bad. Let's see what we got here. Some Don cards. Forget how much that's worth, but always good to see Sanji on his home field of that food ship that I can't remember the name of. Got a little damage right there, I think. Like a little surface dent. So that's one thing you gotta worry about. Even though people say that the cards are near mint, they're good. Not always the case. A little Don pile going there. And some more uncommons. Kid and Killer. Not bad. These were great at one point. I remember I had a few starter decks of those. But now I think they're all about like $1 a piece, I think. So nothing too crazy there, but every little bit helps. Some X Drake. I think these are maybe like $1 a piece too, so not too shabby there. Brook. More Katakuri. We'll take him. We'll take all the SRs we can get. Some General Frankies. Sobu Mask. Gum Gum Lightning. Here we go. Three original Monkey D. Luffy SECs. Got a little bit of a dent right there. I hope you can kind of see that. Almost like a little pinhole. Super small, so it shouldn't be too bad, but otherwise, they look pretty good. Pretty good. So we got 3 of those. That I don't remember, to be honest. They were good at one point. They might still be around like $3 or $4 a piece. But like I said, whenever I bought this lot, it can take a while to get. I know I bought something, I think on, what's today, the 19th? I think I bought it on last Sunday. Whatever that is, the 13th or, oh, jeez. No, yeah, like 5 days ago. Maybe like the 13th or so. And there we go. Use this Captain Kidd. Look at these. A little ding on that back corner right there. But overall, not bad. This card feels weird, though. They feel kind of fakey. Maybe it's just the starter deck 10 version of it, but they feel a little odd. Like the front feels nothing like any of these. Interesting. I feel like it wouldn't be good to fix some of these SRs, but quality-wise, I'll ding that one a bit. And that corner there. And they're a little bowed, but the bow isn't the worst part. Okay, well, maybe it's just ST10. They feel fake. I don't like that. I have to set those aside for later. Then we got some EB01. EB01. Rare? No, oh, that's the starter deck, duh. That's one thing that'll definitely happen. I'll start with the rares, that's fine. There's so many different versions of all these cards, you kind of forget. Some more starter deck right there. Some uncommons. We'll take those. Hopefully there's some good values in those. Otherwise, 10 cents. Ooh, look at that guy right there. Hopefully this is good quality. Because who doesn't like an alt leader? That'll definitely help us get to where we need to go. Now, normally I'd always think that alt leaders are kind of right around $20 a piece. But I don't know where that Jimby's at that I have, but he's definitely not holding up to that. I think he's like $7 maybe. It's pretty rough. Use this Captain Kidd. Yellow. Little schmutz on the back, but that's fine. Not too bad, not too bad. Some a little bit more uncommons. Some more starter deck fodder right there. Some Kumas, some Laws. Oh, LPO1 at least. There we go. No reprint there. Some 07s, which maybe... Yep, starter deck. Oh well. Can't win them all for that. Some overheats. Rare. I don't remember overheat getting reprinted. Could totally be wrong. Rare. Jewelry Bonnie leader. And a nice ding right at the bottom. Man, that's always the gamble though, whenever you buy anything. You can't assume people take care of stuff like you would. And at the top in the corner. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but still worth something, just not as much as it could be. Frankly, I feel like she might only be worth like 40 cents or 60 cents, so not too much anyway, but yeah. It's a shame. Some of these cards are Ooh, super torn up. I know a lot of the cards that I do, usually if I find some things are dents like that, I kind of just toss it to the side pile. And I haven't really made too many lots recently, but definitely more MP. I just don't want to deal with it. So if you get anything from me that's LP or worse, there's a good chance that it's actually better quality than what it's listed for. Not all the time, but sometimes it's just not worth the headache for people saying that the quality isn't quite right. Alright, keep it going. Magellans. Haven't seen a Magellan in a while. Okay, this one of those is nice and crisp. I think those were maybe like $1 a piece. Some Brook, Senior Pinks. At least we do have a lot of rare. Why does this card look so... Maybe it's just the set. I don't think I've ever actually opened a starter deck 10. Was it 3 captains or 10? 3 captains? And then 3 brothers was 13 or vice versa. But maybe it's just these... They just feel so odd. Sanji, there we go. He's about $5, so that'll help us get to where we need to go. Some more choppers. Sanji. Alright, that's about $20 right there then for those 4 cards. Another Nami. Still think she's about $1. More starter cards. Starter deck 14s. Yeah, like 10 cents. It's 1,000 Sunny. I have my crew. I think worth a little bit more. Frankie SR from Emperors of the New World. Been a while since I had one of those. Monkey D. Luffy. Sealed bricks over in that corner. I'll take that. Let's see. The person definitely had some sleeves, just not enough to go around to really kind of keep more of these safe. But they were decently packed in the box, so I think a lot of these were probably damaged before they ever made it into the box, to be fair. Unfortunately. Nice little down right there. Porcelino, nice and chewed up. Not great. Is an original though. Law leader, which I don't have any leader planes. Nope. Alright, let's see what we got. Law. Some more commons. I have an endless amount of commons. And I wish I could just get rid of all of them at once and not have to deal with it, but you never know. A common now could be worth $1 later. Definitely not for all of them, but maybe a couple of them here and there. Usahachi, these aren't the ones that are worth like the $6 or $7, $8 each. I think these are just the other versions. I think you had different, like a frog or something in there, if I remember correctly. So that's not so much of a big one at the Tashigi. Now I can't remember if it's Smoker or Tashigi that's worth like $6 right now. Clean though, so we'll give it that. Yeah, I'll keep that. I don't like those. Got a nice new sleeve in it. Proper penny sleeve. Oh, is there a little ding on the front? Yeah, a little bit of a scratch there. Man. Take care of your cards, people. They're precious. I definitely feel like I might have hosed myself on this one a little bit. Maybe if they were all in great shape, it wouldn't be that bad, but I feel like some of these might have downgraded the value a little bit. But we do have a sound loader, so that's something special right there. More commons, some Onamis, Gear 2, alright. Nami SR from, what was it, Fist 11. I think she's actually a little over $1, maybe close to $2 right now, so that's not bad. Let's Crash a Wedding. Been selling a bunch of those recently, actually. Not for much, like 15 cents, 17 cents, something like that. So nothing to write home about, but these are always good right here. Hopefully they're in decent shape. Yeah, not bad. All right. Gamma Knife. Jinbei full arts from whatever starter deck that was. Okay, that's got a nice fingernail crush from Doom right there. That one's good. That one's good. This one. Some of them you can see kind of easy, but some of them not so much. That is just a nice... Someone went nice and just stabbed it for no reason. That's unfortunate. I'll set that down there for later. Not bad. Borsalino. Not bad. Yeah, one thing that can always take some time is actually kind of looking for some dings. So right there you can kind of see it, but you do want to take some time every once in a while and really kind of look over a card. You'll know if you have a good batch of cards because nothing will really ever stand out, but once you start seeing like a bunch of, you know, just edge wear and either kind of peeling back on you, you really got to pay more attention versus if you have a nice... Oh, is that it? Oh, I think that's it. I wonder if I'm short cards. I know this wasn't that big of a lot, but I feel like there was maybe a little bit more in here. Okay, well, let's try to get a count out. So, we got some Monkey D. Luffy's right here. We got 3 of those, so we'll call those, we'll say $3 a piece, because I don't remember, and that's okay. So we'll say $9. To be honest, this ain't looking good. Sound loader? I don't know, it's pretty cool.
One Piece card game.
I mean, not the worst. I can get behind that. That's kind of fun. Maybe a couple dollars right there. If someone will be willing to pay like $4, $5 to ship it to them, so probably not going to sell ever, but maybe call this $1 between these 3 right here. Bam, $1. So we're at 10. Law. A little conservative, we'll just say 15, because why not? We'll be a little sad there. All right. Pretty much all of this stuff, that could be a fun little wild card. Probably not really worth anything, but, you know, yeah. I think I got some of these mixed up. I don't know. So I got a decent little bit of uncommons. Probably right around 50 or so, but a lot of reprints from starter decks, so nothing really crazy there. So we can call that maybe under it. Let's do $4 for uncommons, because I know these guys are probably 15, 20 cents a piece. God Threads did sell quite a bit, at least amount wise, when I had them. So maybe they're still around like 20 cents, but you know, just kind of undercut it a bit so we're not really overzealous. Not much, not much. Maybe $1.20 for these 4 right here. Just kind of lop that in the pile. So $1.20. This one I remember selling, one in a sealed pack still, for maybe like $5 or $6 at one point. And so he might be worth a little bit. He does have a slight little bit there, but otherwise, a little closer. Pretty all right. So maybe get away with near min on that. Maybe a little LP if I just want to. It's either, I wonder if that's a scratch or if that's just the sky. I don't really see these too often, maybe, but probably lean more towards the scratch. So probably call that like $3 if I'm guessing. Toss a 3 there. All these common cards right there. I might know some of the starter deck cards. Obviously, you can probably get like 10 cents, 15 cents for. I feel like Nikkei opens are actually going good. I have my crew, Sunny. Some of these might be 20 or 30 cent cards, but not really a lot of them. So probably go ahead and just call this $2, maybe. Eventually, maybe I'll get some money out of it if I actually finish going through and organizing all my commons, because I have a billion still, and I'm probably not going to get there. Gum Gatling guns, these might have been like $4 each, so that could be good. We'll say 3 each. We'll call it 6. I could be wrong, But I remember at one point they were pretty good. Gum Gum Giant, like 40 cents, 60 cents, something like that. And then you just got all these 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I know I still have a whole bunch of these, and these are just all starters, so nothing too great. I think these are still pretty decent. Luffy will sell, Capone will probably sell, but overall, not too. I think I really screwed up on this purchase, guys. Not gonna lie. We'll call that stack of rares like $5 maybe. But then we'll do like $8.50 on that. And that's all before fees, which really doesn't help anything as far as TCG player goes. And I am way out of touch with some of these. I haven't had some of these in a while. I don't know. 30, 40 cents each maybe. I don't know, Nami's like $2 or $1.50, dollar. Let's call it $3. And then for Tashigi. Remember when Tashigi and Smoke were each like $5 to $6 each? That could be like $3 or $4. We'll call that 3 for Tashigi. Why not? More Borsalinos. Frankie was like $1 something at one point. Nami, $1. Sanji's, like I said, there's about $20 there. So that's not too shabby. Law, sketchy Law texture. But I think that's literally just how the starter deck is, so. ST10. They just feel so weird. Law, some Magellans, I think maybe are like 30 or 40 cents each. Zoro. More. He was like $4 at one point, so we'll say maybe he's $4 still, hopefully. That'd be great. Otherwise, I think these maybe a buck a piece, maybe. Katakuri I know is still around $2. $1 each for those. I think Luffy was like $4 each. Like high threes, so let's call it, say 12 for it. Be conservative. Nico Robin, same thing, like a buck a piece. Katakuri's $1. Nami's $1 each. These, I'm not really sure how much these are going for. So we'll say a buck for these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, call it $6. 6 for those. Counted those, didn't count these. Call that. Let's call it $2. And let's double check these again. So $1, $2, $3. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did I already do those like a $4 one? I think I did. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We'll call that 20-ish. All right. A lot of small numbers here. 10, 15. What was 15? Under there. Oh, no. That was for the leader guy down there. So 25, 29. It's called 30, 33, 32, 38, 42. No, 43. Simple math hurts. 51, 50. It's called 52. 53, 54, 55. Okay, maybe we're doing all right. 75, 79. Oh, math hurts. 91. Wow. Maybe we did luck out. Or I horribly counted. But it's definitely over $100 for the stuff then. Well, that's not too bad. I was panicking for no reason. All right. Unless somebody comments in the video saying that I was horribly wrong in all my calculations. But I'll take it. I think we got a winner. Not by a lot, and it's never always going to be a lot. So that's one thing you should totally know about this, because all of these cards could totally sit in my collection for a long time and never sell and go down in price, or maybe go up a little bit. But commons for the most part are pretty much always dead. So never really factor those in too much, unless it's actually like a high demand common, in which case realistically 10 to 15 cents probably you'll get stuff for, maybe 20 tops, unless it's insane like an eBay or something. But otherwise, yeah, that's not too bad. We'll call this a win. So I paid, I think, $63. Gonna get at least maybe like $100 worth of value. So yeah, maybe around like what, 50% up in profit for that versus what we spent on it. So yeah, not bad. And sound loader. Didn't count the sound loader. But yeah, good times. Thanks everyone. 25-minute video. We'll call it quits there. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see more of these or just trash them because you don't like seeing cards being opened or the pains of going through horrible packing. But you're welcome for that skip in the beginning. Have a good night.